Hello, hello, hello. What's up? What's up? How's it going, everybody? Check this out. It's summer already. It's getting very hot here, but I get to show my tattoos off and actually hang out in the open air, and I actually really like it. So, I met a group of trans people here in Seville, and it was actually very, very cool. I met some trans women, trans men, some non binary people, and I was definitely welcomed. So this was fun and it was interesting. And I think I made close connections with at least two people, and it was kind of a very homey environment, not gonna lie. So I kind of really liked it. Thank you, guys, girls, and non-binaries. So I'm gonna go watch a flamenco show with a friend of mine, and we're gonna have flamenco dinner scenario. So this is gonna be kind of fun. So I'm actually excited to go do that. But on the other hand, what I want to discuss here is that I've been doing some research in relation to my HRT and transitioning, and I'm taking a bunch of supplements, but I'm realizing that the system of endocrinology, HRT, and all this and that is actually not that efficient. So check this out. It took me 3 months, let's say 2 months, to get to have an appointment with the physician of the clinic. And then it took me like 6 months to have an appointment with the endocrinologist back in my old city in Vigo. Now I moved to the south of Spain, and I've been trying to get my paperwork done and trying to have, everything ready so I can have a new endocrinologist because I'm in a new area. But it seems that it's not that simple. Why? So I need to go ask for a new health card because in Spain you have these different autonomous communities. So my autonomous community in Galicia has its own card that doesn't work here unless it's an emergency. Well, my scenario is not really an emergency, so I have to go get a new card, and which is what I had to do. So to do that, I have to register in the house I live in, which means I need a contract and I need an electric bill a month before the time I'm applying. So that's already a month of me waiting for an electric bill to show that this house is actually still in use. Number one. Number two, the registration went through, and I'm gonna have to wait a week to get my healthcare card, I guess, letter, number, but I get to have an appointment with a physician. My appointment was put in 2 weeks, so that's a couple of weeks now on top of it. And today in the trans, let's say, group, the people there told me that it's going to take me to from the physician to this trans association that deals with endocrinologists, and then from there they're going to hand me over to an endocrinologist, which will take 5 to 6 months. Can you believe this? And I think they're going to have to treat me like I just transitioned, and they're going to question me and interview me like, how trans are you? I'm like, I really don't know how trans I think I am. So because of this, I'm a bit worried of my situation, like what's going to happen to me. A good thing I have my own hormones, so I'm actually safe. Life is good. Bad thing is I'm not going to know about my own blood results and have an actual expert tell me about my deficiency and all the supplements I'm taking until probably winter. So thank you, Spanish system, for making me pay hundreds of euros a month and not having an endocrinologist to just actually guide me through this. Awesome. And this is why people are pissed with all what's happening with the laws and registration. And you're making things very complicated. People thinking it's so easy for us to just get endocrinologists and hormones, but no, it's not that easy, and it's not going to be easy. It's probably going to get harder from now on. I just heard in Valencia, which was one of the most open communities of Spain, they are trying to overturn the trans law, where you're going to have to go to a therapist first to confirm that you're trans. And most of these therapists are actually by the system hired, and they cannot be fired, so they're very old and outdated, and a lot of them are against the, let's say, trans self-identification. And many of them will just say you're mentally ill or you're autistic, or just take some of these pills. And That's it. Problematic. I don't know if it's going to be here, but all I'm trying to do now is continue what I'm doing. I'm going to go ask this physician about my supplements, my deficiencies, and hopefully I'm not going to have many issues, because it's actually getting very complicated. Because I talked to one trans woman here in this event, and she started a year and a half ago, and you could tell like her body was just really on the move. And I told her, like, yeah, can you imagine, like, you and I actually started very similarly, but here you are with all the changes, and here I am stuck with vitamin D deficiency that's not helping my transition go any freaking where. So we're gonna have to deal with this, don't we? It's so annoying to actually go through so much transition and not be transitioning at all, really. Like, even my hair is not helping me transition. Like, I don't know what to do with this, but let's give it a little bit of volume, right? Push it up. On the upper hand, I have my own doses. So I'm just going to say, you know what? Take your time. Take all the time you need, because if something happens, they're going to come for you, because you did not want to take care of me or watch out for me or care about how I'm doing this. All you care about is, we're not giving you anything. We don't want to give you anything because our system is very outdated. So it's no good. But it was nice meeting some of the people here in my new city, and I'm actually enjoying this area quite nicely. I don't know what the events are going to be like with this group. I'm actually also meeting different LGBT group that does like theater, and it's just like gatherings of people who are of the LGBT community, which I'm actually going to be part of, just enjoying, going, watching people. And if I feel pretty comfortable sooner or later, I'm probably going to try and do theater. I've never done theater. I'm more of a musician. Also, I don't like attention, even when I play music. So the update is I am taking one omega-3. Omega-3 is mostly healthy fats, and I read that omega-3s are those fats that usually go to the hips with women, cis women, or people who are estrogen dominant, and this is kind of what goes to like childbirth and pregnancy. That is the most efficient and, let's say, excellent input. Number 2, hyaluronic acid and collagen, because I'm 30-something. It's just a pill to keep my levels in place. This one also has biotin, selene, zinc, and acerola. Wait, these are in German. Yeah, these are in German. These are not necessary per se, right? But for my own vitamin D deficiency, I am taking vitamin D3 with K2. K2 actually helps you control calcification, like the amounts of calcium that will be closing your arteries because of too much calcium that's being converted now that you have vitamin D. So what I'm also taking is B6 that pushes dopamine. And when dopamine goes up in your brain, your hypothalamus or your pineal gland or something will tell your prolactin to shut off, like stop going crazy. My prolactin is going crazy and I don't like it. One more thing is the most, I guess, necessary for this combination. Vitamin D needs magnesium. I used to take magnesium capsules, like in pill, in capsule form, but then I did some research, asked some ChatGPT, and ChatGPT told me, yeah, no, like the magnesium you're taking is actually not good for you, and it's very hard to digest, so it's not really excellent. Instead, I went and got this one, which is biglycinate or glycinate or something, because this is also in Spanish, biglycinate and citrate. So this has 2 different magnesium that are very easy to digest. This will help my vitamin D work better. And because this is helping my vitamin D work better, this is also going to push my dopamine to go up. This will go to push my dopamine go up. This is extra dopamine to go up. All of these are supposed to, 1, activate my estrogen receptors. I have a lot of estrogen in my blood, but none of it is being used. Hooray, hooray. What is that? Useless. This is why I've been taking hormones for a year now. And I think the only time I actually got the hormones to be working was at the beginning when I started. So May, June, July, August, let's say 4 months, let's say 5 months, October. From then, I was in a very cloudy area. And yeah, because I was deficient and I did not get so much sun, eventually my body just took all the estrogen and pee itself out. How inefficient. So what I'm doing here is trying to raise my vitamin D, which is going to open those estrogen receptors. Also, vitamin D is supposed to push your prolactin levels down because now it's activating estrogen, and estrogen is saying, wait, I'm here. Prolactin, what the hell are you doing? You don't need to be here. Go chill somewhere else. And then this is going to push my dopamine to go up, which is B6, and that's specifically for prolactin levels. B6 pushes prolactin to be low because dopamine controls the opposites, controls prolactin. Magnesium is to activate vitamin D. So you cannot just take vitamin D and expect it to work. Most people cannot get enough magnesium from food. Usually, I think a banana will be a good source of magnesium. But for now, I'm not actually eating bananas. And this will be an excellent source of magnesium. I think this will be two capsules I'm taking per day, one in the morning, one in the evening, and it's supposed to help me sleep better, but mostly I'm taking this to activate my vitamin D, and both of these will help my prolactin get down, and hopefully with a little boost of B6, my prolactin will go further down, and I'm going to stop having weird prolactin levels, and my estrogen is going to be activated because I'm on hold. So it was kind of nice to see the friend Luisa I met, who is a trans woman who started transition a 1.5 years ago. And she had very skinny upper body, like barely any muscle, which I kind of want. But I don't know if I'm going to get that because I did sports. I had like people from clubs come look for me because they just told me, like, you have just like an athletic body. We want you. You'll be very, very good at this sport. I'm like, okay. But eventually I'm hoping all of this will go down because I have a bunch of shirts. Actually, I wore a different shirt when I went out, but like I just realized like I have way too much going on up here that the shirt does not look good. I'm my own biggest judge, which is good and bad. So now I'm just going to be wearing loose clothes. I have a bunch of dresses, a bunch of stuff that I probably am not going to wear. Maybe I will wear them because I like it, but I'm probably going to avoid looking at myself as much in reflections because it just pisses me off. Besides this, back on our injection stuff. So I'm going to go to this physician and going to ask them to give me a vitamin D and prolactin blood analysis because I'm taking supplements and I want them to at least test this. So my appointment is in 2 weeks. So I'm going to be taking these supplements. So when did I start vitamin D? I started vitamin D mid-April. Now it's mid-May, so it's a whole month. But I did not start B6 or magnesium at the same time. I started magnesium literally this week. And B6 I started it like a week ago because I just knew about these things. So if you're living in an area where there's not much sun, especially if you're a trans woman, a trans feminine, where there's this massive obsession with being white and not getting tanned, be careful. That's my advice, just be careful. So from here, I would say if you're transitioning or not transitioning, vitamin D is a big deal, like really, really, really big deal. So I recommend that you take your time, go do a blood analysis and see what your body is doing. Now, here are some signs that your vitamin D is low, and this is what I felt. 1, brittle nails. My nails used to break so easily. Like if I just rake it through my hair, and I have a lot of hair, even when I'm just showered with wet hair, I would come out with broken nails. Now, they're strong. Like literally very, very, very strong. And these are my natural nails. Like these are not fake, right? And they're so freaking strong. Like they don't even bend. I used to bend these like all the way down. And that was so bad. It's just like so bad. Another thing that you would get if you have vitamin D deficiency, flaky skin. So you're going to have flaky skin in the eye area if you use makeup, because I'm using like micellar water and that's also drying my skin a bit extra. So I'm having very, very flaky, very, very flaky skin, and I just hated it. I did not know what was happening. I was like using lotions and creams and putting Vaseline on top of it just to keep more moisture. But the moment I stop using those, it just keeps flaking. So it was a temporary fix, but it was just like not doing anything to actually fix it. So your skin is going to be very dry. You're going to feel dehydrated as well. Another thing is my hair was falling in like millions. I go to the shower, I have a massive ball of hair, literally. I think it's getting better right now too. Now, if you're taking estrogen with it or testosterone with it, how did I know? My body hair was growing much thicker and faster than when estrogen was dominating. This is when I knew like something was wrong. Even now, I cannot go down on my Androcur dose because my body is not estrogen dominant still. I have so much estrogen, but my body is not really dominant and comfortable with it. It's still kind of in a transition phase. So even though I'm a year into my transition, my actual biology is just like you're 3 months into transition, just crawling your way in, and it's messing with everything. So I know things are working because one, my hunger, girl, I've been hungry for days the last 2 weeks, and this is because I think of this one. But also, I started having very, very sensitive nipples, like very, very sensitive. And I keep saying like, ouch, all the time, which is also a sign that my prolactin is probably changing, hopefully changing, and things are taking, place as they should, Besides this, my hair, my body hair, especially my legs, because I have an IPL, IPL machine. Like it's not laser, but it's like light pulse. And I have it on my legs mostly. And when my estrogen was not dominating, my hair was growing very quickly. So like I don't shave my leg every single week, but I did shave every other week back in the day when estrogen was not dominating. Now I've been going like 2-3 weeks, and I'm seeing them as like not very dark hairs, and it's like very chill, very soft, and they grow very slowly. And I'm realizing like, wow, would you look at that? Another thing I'm noticing is my face and my cheeks specifically is getting rounder, which is a sign that estrogen is doing its thing and pushing more fat. I see this? I used to have a very strong jaw. It's still kind of there, but hopefully soon it would change a little bit more. Also, my hair is not shedding as much, which is a very good sign, but also I am having thicker hair. So back when I first moved here, which was like when I was super deficient, I had very thin hairs. Like even when my hair sheds, they're thin. You can kind of see through it. Not exactly, but for me, because I have very thick hair, now it's like my hair is very black and thick, so efficient. So these are the signs. If you're transitioning, keep an eye on your vitamin D, especially if you live in an area where there's no sunshine, or if you're trans femme and you're avoiding sun because of all these beauty hacks and beauty gurus. Honey, trust me, you want to have at least a bit dark skin, but not a skin that's flaking. That's just the way I see it. And also, I'm dark skinned. I'm not black. I'm not white. I need sunshine. So I'm happiest if there's sun around me. I don't have to be in it. Sometimes if you don't want to have your face get darkened or your palms, if that's something you actually care about. Now, because I'm thinking I might be getting a lot much darker hand than the rest part of my body, like here or here. So you could put sunscreen on this area and your face and just keep the rest a bit more colored. And when winter comes, you will lose the tan. It's not forever. Like, you don't want to burn yourself, but you do want at least 20-40 minutes of sunshine. Every couple of days at least, for a while, because it's really good for you. And then you also want to take calcium, like drink full fat milk. Don't go skim, because your bones, if you're on estrogen, are not going to be as strong, especially if you're not having a lot of calcium. And that's a very big side effect of HRT with people who do not know what they're doing. Like, so a lot of things we're doing is like trying to be the most feminine, which is tiny girl scenario, and then we're eating shit and avoiding lots of fat because we don't want to be big and bulky, but then we're also messing out on a lot of vitamins, nutrients because of that. So I hope this helps. Okay, I'm gonna go. I don't really know what the hell my hair is doing, but see you later.